Well, what's up, post game? There's our glorious leader who said he'd be back within 30 seconds, and he lied. He lied to us all.
Hey, man, I must not be as fast as I used to be.
Them stairs take it out on you, brother.
I know that's right. Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports News, here live for another edition of Across the Board, where we're going to be talking about the CFP Final Four preview, also the first round of the NFL playoffs, and more. Thank you for tuning in with us, joining us this evening, trying to get my chair comfortable. I ain't quite got it right yet. We're here this evening with my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10. How you feeling, Mossberg?
I'm pretty good, man. Just getting in from an evening of basketball practice with the youngsters, man. Preparing for a game tomorrow, actually. And, man, it's just, with everything going on in my life, man, it was just everything, and just shout out to everyone just involved in everything we do, man. The kids, man, just putting a smile on my face today just was everything. And then especially, preparing for this evening to do what we do best as well.
That's great, man. Continue to carry the torch. Continue to carry the torch. We also got our man Post Game of the Post Game 86 podcast. How you feeling this evening, Post Game?
I feel marvelous. It's time to talk some football.
Time to talk some football. We also got our man SEC Sean, who dropped another video earlier today about NASCAR Part 5. You want to go on there and check that out because he's giving you some real good tips on how to navigate the NASCAR app so that you can earn points and earn some free things complimentary of NASCAR. How you feeling this evening, SEC Sean?
Doing good. It was a little choppy podcast, but I was trying that screen share and wasn't making sure it was loading, and then because I created a new account to show people, it was kind of hard to navigate. So but you can get the gist of it, and like I said on the thing, man, y'all download the app. It makes it a lot easier to walk through on the app. Glad to see Post Game up in here. Look at Moss over there looking like he's professional. Look at him.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Man.
Oh, look at this. We're going to go Rob. So where are we going to hit next?
And we going to talk that South Bend. Shout out to Post Game, man.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, man. If you have not seen that clip, make sure you go to Post Game. You can check it out on all the networks, but that ND talk, man, it's still going. Views is up. Comments, likes. It was a spectacular. Just make sure you go check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure if you're tuning in that you're going to subscribe to all other channels you see scrolling across the bottom. You got at WTP for Life, at Level Up Sports 10, at Parlay Po on the Blitzburg podcast, at Post Game 86. You also got City League TV on Facebook and also on YouTube. And we also got our man FanDuel Zaya, who is now doing One Take Zay. Also, we got our man SEC Sean of the SEC Sean podcast scrolling across the bottom as well. Go and tune into all of those channels because you're going to get a different flavor from each and every one of those. Y'all already know, man, it's time.
Hit the bell, too. Hit the bell, too, so you get notified when any of us go live.
That's right, because we go on live a lot. Let's go ahead and get in some of this NFL action. We all know that the Rams and the Panthers are going to play this Saturday at 4:30. Should the Panthers get a home game with a losing record? And how do you see this game going?
I think this is going to be a downright banger, man. I think you're talking about two teams that actually could win it. And the Panthers, they can come out of the West as well as the Rams, respectively. This Panthers team, man, well deserving with a losing record. A lot of people had them not even marked in the playoff, pretty much in for a draft pick, I'm sure. I was one guy that felt very strong about them and the additions they made in the offseason, as well as what they already had and the adversity they went through to end the season, to start the season, and the way they just continued to play and to see them in the playoffs this year. I think they were deserving, and I see the Panthers winning this game in a close one at home and haven't been rocking in the Carolinas in a while when it comes to that, except the Tar Heels. So I think these Panthers gonna roar, and they come in to fight, man. They come in to put it all on the table Saturday. Going with Carolina.
If if I'm the if I'm the LA Rams, I'm scared of this, or LA Rams fan. I'm scared of this matchup because I think that the Rams defense is very gettable, and although the Carolina Panthers have not been consistent, I do think they could get hot and torch this Rams defense. Now, the saving grace for the Rams, in my opinion, is that they should
Mm,
have Devontae Adams back healthy at the wide receiver position. So you parlay Adams with Puka, and the Rams can actually slice up the Panthers defense, especially if they're not able to create pressure on what's my man's name for the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Somebody stuff.
If they not able to create pressure on him, he's gonna pick them apart. I like the Rams in this game, but I think it's going to be a close game. As far as the Carolina Panthers getting a home game with a losing record, I don't like it. It sucks. But that's how the NFL is laid out. That division, I mean, we talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being banged up for a good part of the season. When you talk about the Atlanta Falcons losing their starting quarterback, though it was just it was shaky at best. So I mean, I don't like that Carolina has a home game, but I guess it's the rules. But give me the Rams in a close game.
Should they have a home game with a losing record? No, they shouldn't. But there's got to be some incentive to win your division. It's not their. I mean, I'd say it's not their fault that their division is not good, but I mean, if anybody in that division would have got hot, if Tampa Bay would have stayed hot, this wouldn't even be a discussion. But there has to be some incentive for winning your division, no matter how bad the division is. I mean, it's still at the end of the day is the NFL. Everybody out there is getting paid. So, you know, I don't like it, though. I still think you should just be seeded, you know, just based on your record. But I do see the point of, hey, we won our division. I don't see this game being close at all. I see the Rams mopping the floor with Carolina. I think experience factor from the Rams is going to be so much different. Stafford's been there, done that. Bryce Young, been there, hasn't done that, except for in college. I just think the Rams are a much better team than Carolina. You know, they played in a much tougher division. So, give me the Rams. Give me the Rams 28-10.
man, I mean, when you look at it, dealing with the fact that they got a home game and their record is 8-9, which means they played 6 division games, 2 against each one of those opponents. Let's just say they swept the division and went 6-0. Then that means out of their other 11 games, they only won 3 games, bro. 3 games. Come on, man. You can't get no home game doing that. That's ridiculous. Now we know for a fact that they didn't go 6-0 because they just lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that means the best they could have did was 5-1. I don't understand it, man. There's no way a team can go and win maybe 4 of their 11 freaking non-division games, and they get a home game. They was 5-3 at home, by the way. 5-3 at home. I think the Rams are about to put it on them like they stole their mama's purse. And I'm going with the Rams in this one because I don't think the Carolina Panthers should even be there, even though they beat up on the Atlanta Falcons twice. I'm going with the Rams because they got this kid by the name of Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy, let's go. Defensive tackle from out of Texas. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for my man Poona Ford, who's also a defensive tackle who many thought would never make it in the league. And he's been there almost 10 years. And they also got my man Jordan Whittington on that team as well. I'm going with the Rams. Let's go, Matthew Stafford. Make me look good on this prediction and go ahead and take out them Carolina Panthers who shouldn't even be in the playoffs, let alone have a home game.
Real quick on these Panthers with this. They played in November. Close one. They got them by a field goal. But they've lost to the Seahawks. They've lost to the Bills. They've lost to the Jags. They lost to quite a few teams in this playoff this year. But I think this Carolina Panther team have the Rams number. I don't know what it is. I think they have their number, and they beat them with Nakua and Adams and a banger. So that's another reason why I'm choosing this Panthers team with their back against the wall, kind of like an Ole Miss team in the college football playoff. So I got the Panthers in this one with a big win. Hey, Bryce Young gets a new extension. No one's seen that coming.
Yeah, I would just caution my homies that I'm picking the Rams like y'all picking the Rams, but I'm telling you right now, that Rams defense can be got, and especially if they can't stop that run with Rico Dotto and Hubbard, and Carolina's at home. Man, this could be a really good game. But again, I'm a lean on Stafford and the fact that he getting Devontae Adams back with Puka. And I also think they're going to do damage on offense, but I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, fellas.
Yeah, it was a close game earlier in the year, 31-28. I don't think Matt Stafford's going to turn the ball over 3 times again. So, I mean, I don't see him turning the ball over 3 times, and I don't see Bryce Young throwing 3 more touchdown passes. I think Bryce Young tapped into the Holy Grail or something for that game. As far as you were saying, Rob, they were 3-3 in their division. Everybody in that division went 3-3.
3-3. Wow.
Yeah, so they went 5-6 against everybody else.
Well, what I was saying did sound good, though, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. No, it did. But back to my point, though, they don't deserve it. You said they should never host it, but how are you going to what are you going to give them for winning their division?
A trophy.
Participation ribbon.
Yeah, that's about it. But, man, listen, the city of Charlotte is one heck of a beautiful city. Rams players, don't get down there, man. Play the game first and then go see the city. Don't go see the city first, man, because you might not play that well that night.
Hey, y'all go down to Charlotte, all you fans going down there. I'm telling you, right there, you're in the central hub of NASCAR. The Hall of Fame's right downtown, and it is one of the funnest things you'll ever do.
Yeah, yep. We also got the Bills at the Jaguars on Sunday. Is it only one game on Saturday? I thought it was 2 games Saturday. Oh no, I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
Packers and the Bears on Saturday at 8 p.m. A division rivalry game. How do you feel about divisional teams meeting in the first round? And what's your prediction?
These
I
are
don't know. I
tough.
mean, playing a division in the first round, I don't like that. I mean, just like we talked about it with college football, I don't like rematches in the first round of the playoff. But until you can come up with a different plan of action to make it work better, to where seeding is different, you can shift people around how you want. I mean, you're going to run into this with expanded playoffs. You're going to run into it more in college football if they expand out more. So it's just a natural issue with expansion. You're going to have more things that match up. This is a tough one to call. I don't know if I even have a call. I'd probably take the Bears at home. But I don't have a real good feel on this one. But I'll go with the Bears just because they're at home, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think, not having Micah Parsons for the Packers, that's been my thing. When you lose a player like Micah Parsons, that's tough to bounce back from when your defense is elevating and playing so good. This Bears team, we've known to talk about Caleb Williams since he's came in. I think he's answered a lot of critics and he's brought this Bears team to the playoffs. I talked to a fan earlier. He didn't have enough. He didn't feel they would, continue where they were at because of the way they have been over the years. I said, I don't know. Y'all got a different team and y'all beating a little different. And I said, I think y'all can get to the playoffs. And I hope he's watching and tuned in with the family. I think this Bears team come out with a strong win. I think Chicago is back with what they've built. They've made some moves and got the right coach. So when you do those things, I think the ceiling could only get as high as you want it to be. So with this Chicago team, Caleb Williams, hats off to you, young man. You've done a great job and you've answered all the critics. I got the Bears in Chi-Town getting a big win in the cold.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like divisional matchups in the first round of the NFL playoffs, especially if I'm the favorite team. These teams has played each other twice already. I think the Bears might be in trouble. And I know that the Packers are banged up. Jordan Love, he should be coming back from injury. And if he's not, can Malik Willis make a difference? I think the Bears are favorite, but the fact that it's a divisional rivalry game in the first round of the playoffs really worries me. So I can see the Packers getting an upset. Now you parlay that with the fact that the Bears aren't experienced when it comes to the playoffs. This is a really young team. First time or a young quarterback, first time being in the playoffs, an inexperienced coach. As a head coach, he's experienced as a coach, but as a head coach, he's not experienced. So I can see this being a trap, and I can see the Packers pulling this game off, especially if Jordan Love is healthy and he's able to perform, despite the injuries the Packers have.
Yeah, I don't like divisional games in the first round either. I would like to see those divisional opponents be able to avoid that. But in the case of how the NFL run their thing, man, these two teams matched up based on the seedings, so we gotta have it. But I one thing about these two teams, it don't matter what the weather is because both of them are playing the same type of weather. If it's when it's cold, it's cold. Whenever it's warm, it's warm. So it ain't gonna be no advantage in this one in terms of that. And plus, both teams are pretty close in proximity to each other. There's not some great distance between where the Packers play and where the Bears play. They can probably get on a train or something like that to get to either spot, regardless of where it's at. I'm gonna go, man. At the beginning of the season, man, I love those Packers. They look unbelievable, but then the injuries started to take a toll and started to mount. I want to go with the Bears, man, simply because the Bears haven't been there in a while. Caleb Williams was one of the players who I was like, is this dude going to be a bust or what? He had a really good season this year. He was on my fantasy football team, and he got me some points. So I'm going to go with the Bears in this one. Is Roma Doomsday back?
That's a good question. I'm not for sure. I didn't check the injury report yet for this game. You got an update on that SEC, Sean?
I believe he's back. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he is.
Yeah, well, let's hope Roma Doomsday is back. I'm going with the Bears in this one, simply because they haven't been there in a while, and I would like to see them get a win over their divisional rival, the Green Bay Packers. Old Texas Tech man, 9144. Don't you go nowhere, because when we start talking about the portal, we definitely want to mention your Texas Tech team, who is dropping the bag right now.
Everywhere.
We ain't even started dropping bags yet.
Yeah, we haven't started dropping the bag yet.
Y'all can't. Everybody y'all want keeps going back to their own school.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, real quick. I hate to cut you off, but hey, can we give a quick prayers up for the Shipley family, Jordan Shipley? He was airlifted to a hospital for burns away from the accident on the track. Yeah, Jordan Shipley, the old receiver.
Yeah.
Something about what I can get out of it. There was an accident on a farm, and he was burned really bad. Somebody said the tractor caught fire and he couldn't get away from it. I don't know if that's 100%. Don't want to speculate on anything. Just know that that's what I found from one post that was a pretty reliable source stated that he was pretty seriously burnt, and his dad is actually, they life flighted him, and his dad's on his way to the hospital. Bob Shipley is on his way there now. So keep the Shipley family in your prayers. I mean, I know it's a Longhorn, and I know the rivalry, but stuff like this puts a rivalry on a back burner.
Oh, for sure. Because I was watching this morning, and I was watching Bob Shipley this morning on Texas football, and so it must have happened after that, because they were on at 9 a.m. this morning, our time.
I think it was 1 p.m. their time, so 2 o'clock here.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Well, definitely prayers up for the Shipley family, man. We don't ever want to see anything like that happen. So hopefully everything works out well for him and the Shipley family. I think he got a couple of sons. Yeah, so hopefully everything goes well for them. Let's look at this next matchup. We got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling all the way across the country to meet the New England Patriots on Sunday they play at 8 p.m.? At 8 p.m.
Yeah, you skipped a couple.
I think I skipped another one. Dang. What's wrong
You skipped
with
the
me today?
Bills. You skipped the 49ers.
I knew I was tripping.
Fan base, we are never going to get more subscribers if you keep pissing off people's teams.
I know that's right.
Man.
So on Sunday, we got the Bills and the Jaguars on Sunday at 1 p.m. Can the Jags D slow down Josh Allen and the Bills?
Here's a question for you. Did any of you really think that the Buffalo Bills would be on the road in the first round of the playoffs when the season started?
No. I thought they was winning that division. I didn't know New England was going to pull this off.
I think the Bills. I think Josh Allen's been there. He knows what it takes to win in these kind of games. I think the Bills can dominate this game. I expect it to be close, but I think it's going to be more Bills. I wouldn't surprise me if it was a shootout, something 38-31, 38-35, somewhere in that range, because I've seen Buffalo get their defense torched earlier in the year too. So we're going to see what happens, but I'll take the Bills over the Jags.
This is tough. This is probably one of the toughest games to pick because both teams are going in opposite directions of what we thought at the beginning of the season. I think the Jags defense could slow down anybody in this AFC. Honestly, the Jags is a tough team, and they're playing without the man that we call Travis Hunter, and we know what he brings to this defense as well, and offensively. I think the Bills is in trouble. I think they're in more trouble than what we think. Sunshine. Jacksonville win big. Buffalo goes home and really have a lot to think about in this offseason. I really think this Jaguars team is something to really, look at this year. They're healthy. Everyone is healthy. You're seeing the team that you could have seen last year, but they added a few pieces. You're seeing them healthy, and you're seeing the Trevor Lawrence that we seen years ago at Clemson, and he's coming to be, one of those QBs as well at the top. So I got the Jaguars, and this could get ugly if they stop the Bills in this first half. Don't sleep on the Jags. Jags and Panthers, remember, they both won in their expansion years at home. History repeats itself this weekend in a big way.
Yeah, great points. No Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow. This year's playoff is tailor made for Josh Allen to make a run. Tailor made. But guess what? He's not going to do it. But it won't be because of him. Could I see him in a close game making a play or two to defeat Jacksonville? I can see that. But I can't, as much as I hate to say it as a Colts fan, I can't pick against Jacksonville in this game. Defense is playing too well. Sunshine, as Moss mentioned, is finally coming into his own. Finally got some consistency, some continuity with with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'm gonna take them in this game. The Buffalo Bills defense is very soft against the run. I can see Travis Etienne having a big day. So I mean, it just to me the matchup sets up well for Jacksonville. So I'm going to take them, and a lot of people are going to be shocked.
Man, I gotta go with the Jags, man. My team is in the same division with them. I can't go with no Bills with Josh Allen. I'm going with the Jags. I think their defense is going to be able to win this game for them. The Bills do not play good defense at all. They don't play good defense. And my man Trevor Lawrence, one take, Zay, you might want to change your opinion on my man Trevor Lawrence. You said he was a bottom half of an NFL quarterback. You might be saying he more like the middle and up to the bottom part of the top of the NFL because he's balling out this year, man. He's playing really, really well. I think the Giants going to win this game pretty easily. Pretty easily. I'm going with the Jags in this one because I think Josh Allen has himself and he got Mr. Cook at the running back position. Outside of that, I don't know if he has enough help.
And you got to think about this Jaguars team. Like being a Bengals fan, I can remember we were that close to losing to the Jags. And this was when Trevor Lawrence had just came in. I felt and still feel very highly on Trevor Lawrence, what he brings to the table. He just went through some injuries. And when you go through those injuries, to the way he's actually bounced back, and now they get the pieces filled in. And like I said, this Jags team, I think, was scary then. I think you're seeing something in this AFC. Lamar being out, like you said, post Patrick being out, Burrow being out. I think this is for Trevor Lawrence. It's Sunshine's time to shine in the sun down in Jacksonville. and threw out the lights when they brightened this NFL playoffs this year. So I think it's for him to do what everybody's been expecting and looking to see. So possibly him and Herbs and Spices in the AFC Championship. I don't know.
Man, y'all are heartless. All of y'all are heartless people. Y'all ain't got no love. The poor fans in Buffalo, wide left, wide right, 4 losses in a row in the Super Bowl. Give them people something to cheer for, man. We went wide left, we went wide right. Now we're gonna go right down the middle to win a game. Watch.
You know I got love for Buffalo.
This is lined up for Buffalo, like Poe said. No Burrow, no Mahomes. You got a bunch of younger teams in there now, and you're supposed to be the most experienced.
What name you forget? What name did you just forget in what you said? You didn't say a name that everybody forgetting. And if only way you smile is when it come out.
Who?
On a gloomy day. If it come out, you gonna smile. Sunshine.
I don't like
you
him.
You ain't mentioned his name.
Never liked
It's his time, man. It's his
Never
time.
liked him. It's Josh Allen's time, man. Cowboy up. Let's go. Wyoming Cowboys in the house.
Well, SEC Sean, let me say this to you. My Houston Oilers was killing the Bills. What was it, 31-3?
I'm aware.
35-3?
I'm aware.
They come back and steal a Super Bowl from my Houston Oilers. I ain't never room for the Bills, man. That's why.
You got to look in the mirror.
To him with Frank Wycheck, threw that ball back to my man Dyson, and he took it to the end zone. We got some get back on them for coming back on us 35-3.
Then let it play out. Let Buffalo win so that the Texans can knock them out.
I don't like the Texans. I like the Tennessee.
You got
Titans.
A problem. See, that's the problem with you. You keep jumping around too many teams. You like Mossberg. You got 75 teams.
I got one team per sport.
No, you don't. You got 2 in football. You got Florida State, Notre Dame, sometimes Miami. You all up in Jacksonville, Cincinnati. Come on, man.
I'm doing what I do.
You like that Dr. Pepper
Sunshine got to get the love. You
like that Dr. Pepper commercial with that dude, that Western mascot.
You see the Bengals winter cap. You see the Bengals summer cap. That's who they nation.
I seen you the Bengals Crocs. You ain't bought them yet?
Nah, I ain't. For what? We ain't even get to the play. What was I about to get them for this season?
Why not?
Why should I? Them is playoff Crocs. You don't get to the playoffs. I'm not getting them Crocs. Who they nation understand?
I got NASCAR.
Who they nation understand?
What y'all think about this statement from old Texas Tech man 9144? He said, speaking of Kansas City, wouldn't it be great if Cliff Kingsbury goes to Kansas City to reunite with Patrick Mahomes? Do y'all think Andy Reid would do something like that?
Cliff Kingsbury's coming to A&M as a quarterback coach. A&M throwing him $9 million to come be the quarterback coach for Marcel. That's not really happening, but it sounds really good, and I'd like to see it happen.
Man, I was about to say, that.
We got money. We don't care. We throw it all over. We don't care. Come on, Cliff.
That would be nice. I would like to see that. That would be nice, and you never know, especially coming off of an injury, as devastating the injury that it is. To get with the coach that really, brought you into your own and put you into that next level to be who you are today and bring you to them Super Bowls. I think that would be a match made in heaven. I kind of like that, and man, I like that. I like that reunite.
Yeah, it's the idea of it sounds great, but I have a hard time imagining Andy Reid, letting somebody come to the Chiefs like that. When he's pretty much, I'm not sure if he's still the play caller. I'll have to check on that, but I don't know. I don't know if Big Red operate like that to let somebody like that from coach his offense. But the idea of it sounds great. I'm not sure.
I mean, with Kansas City sitting at home, they got to figure something out. Mahomes ain't gonna start the season, so I think that would be a great fit. I mean, Andy Reid just got to. I mean, at this point in his respected career, his legendary career, even Hall of Fame career, I feel Andy Reid. I think this is a time where you got to put your pride to the side, bring something in that's going to elevate, your team to the next, level. Even though you've already hit a certain ceiling, but I think to that next level with what you have and developing, coming up with these young players as Mahomes return from injury, and as you have another quarterback in, I think it would be a great fit. I don't, you know how it goes, man, but that's just my opinion.
And Patrick Mahomes ain't the Patrick Mahomes that was 21 years old, man. He up there now. He can't sling it like he used to can sling it. He can still throw the football, but he ain't that dude that was at Texas Tech. I don't want to see Cliff Kingsbury get in there. Let Andy Reid do what he do. Kingsbury, you could go somewhere else and coach. Go to Texas Tech. Marcel Reed, he could use you. I mean, not Texas Tech, but Texas A&M. Go to Texas A&M because they can use you because they got to find an answer to that problem that they got in the state of Texas. This one, what they gonna do with them? They got an issue they got to fix because it ain't going nowhere.
We're going to do the same thing to you that everybody's doing to your coach. We're going to stuff him in a damn locker. Wait. My granddaughter's already practicing for you.
Man.
She's already walking around the house throwing horns down all day. She's 2 years old. She's throwing them down.
Why you mess her up like that, man?
Oh,
She's going to be a smart one. Heck no. She's
going to be smart.
I'm banking on that one to hurry up and get grown so she can let Grandpa retire for real.
I know that's right. What y'all think about the 49ers at the Eagles on Sunday at 4:30? Does the 49ers have enough to keep up with the Eagles?
The Eagles seem to be. Go ahead, Post.
I don't like the 49ers defense, and I don't like the Eagles offense. It's just way too inconsistent. They haven't been able to run the ball like they did last year with Saquon Barkley. And even Jalen Hurts, he hasn't ran the ball as effective as he had in the past few years coming to the NFL. Uh, so I mean, I'm gonna give the Eagles the nod in this game slightly, just because I feel like the 49ers defense is so terrible, man. They got a lot of key injuries over there in San Fran. So I like the Eagles. I like Saquon Barkley to have a big day. I like the experience of this team. You can't count out a champion. In the words of Rudy T, never underestimate the heart of a champion. So I'm gonna take the Eagles in this game, but I doubt they get very any much further this season.
I totally agree with you. I'm feeling the same way. Inconsistency on one side or the other, same. Eagles and 49ers, same way. Could it be, like you said, that breakout game for Saquon? What are we going to see out of Jalen Hurts? The one thing that I remember when we mentioned the name Jalen Hurts is when he was sitting there with that Super Bowl trophy. After that big year with the Eagles, after that season, I think if he get back to any form in his first half, NFC is in trouble. I got the Eagles winning this game, and we can't forget that they brought a player that they retired from that Super Bowl team out of retirement. And the Eagles' run defense has been a lot better. They're looking a lot faster on the defensive side. It's just their offense. If they catch up, it could get scary. So that's just something to watch out for with this Eagles team. Offense catch up, it could get ugly. Defense is really kicking.
both of these teams have been good for stretches. Both have been like, what is going on here? Well, who are you? You can go back and point at 3 or 4 Eagles games where you're just like, what? What is this? And you can do it with the 49ers as well. I think the Eagles win. I think y'all are dead on. I don't think the 49ers have the same level of consistency. They're at Philly. That place can get pretty crazy. Not just the fans, but you got to dodge like batteries and snowballs and all kinds of stuff being thrown at you. You know, even the Santa Claus got booed there. So, I mean, come on, man. What's really going on? I take the Eagles to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles as well. I don't think that offensively or defensively the 49ers is going to have enough to be able to beat the Eagles. And plus my man Andrew Makuba over there at that safety position, when he get his opportunities, he's going to go out there and make a couple plays. He can probably go get a pick six or a fumble recovery or something like that because that man is always around the ball. So I'm going with the Eagles because I don't think that the 49ers have enough to be able to win this game. But the Eagles, you probably going to just be one and done. What y'all think about the Chargers traveling all the way across the country to play the New England Patriots on Sunday at 8 p.m.? Long trip for the Chargers. Will that have an impact on this game? A young quarterback versus a veteran quarterback. Who you taking?
I think you got the veteran versus the young. I don't really worry too much about that. Drake May, he's played for a full season now. He's not really like what you would consider. I mean, he's seasoned. He's played for a while. He's okay. I think he's dealt with everything that he's needed to. Will the trip have a lot? I think the trips have a lot more effect on games in college because the travel window is so much smaller. These NFL guys, they could be over there right now, you know. So I know that the distance does play a fact to some extent, but I don't think it's as big in the NFL. I actually have the Patriots beating the Chargers in this game.
Man. The Chargers going out to Foxborough in January. I mean, outside of that, I mean, I just think the Chargers have been really inconsistent this year. Like one moment they look like the hottest offense you've seen since probably the greatest show on turf or something, or Peyton's Colts. Then the next they just look suspect, and plus they've been a little bit banged up. I still believe their best tackle is out, if I'm not mistaken. Marion Hampton has been solid. That running game's been solid, but Foxborough after travel in the cold against a tough, gritty team with a good young quarterback who's up for the MVP award. Man, I like the Chargers. I just can't take them. I can't, man. They too inconsistent. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots at home.
Man, this was like old Texas Tech said for me, like a pick 'em. But what you saying, they've been inconsistent. The times that I've seen them, they've been consistent. And the thing I'm looking at is defense. I like their defense. I know it's in the code. I'm going Chargers, an underdog that people's not going to pick. I'm going to go Chargers in this upset win. Traveling in the cold, backs against the wall with a big win. And I'm going to say young Caleb, Herbs, hurt. So far, that's what I got. And it might be CJ next. But yeah, that's what I got. I got the big win for the Chargers in this one. Justin Herbs gets him you get him a big win, and I think it really has solidified him. I like him and Sunshine. I like him and Lawrence. I think they still two great quarterbacks, and the way the league is changing by the day, you get the right talent in your system, things can happen, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, I don't think the distance is going to have any impact on this game because these guys are professionals. They already been through this a million times. But that weather might have an impact on it if it's cold enough. Because if you coming from sunny California over there to the East Coast, where it can be anything, it can be freezing, it can be raining, it can be snow, it can be whatever. So I think that might have an impact on the game. But I'm gonna go with the young quarterback man in this one. I think that he's got more at his disposal offensively and defensively than what my man Herbert has for the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the young buck in this one. I'm taking the New England Patriots to get a win, a team that I didn't think was going to be any good for at least another couple of years. They making Mike Vrabel look like he the man and making my Tennessee Titans look like they some complete idiots. What's your thoughts on the Texans traveling to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in Steel Town on Monday night at 8:15? Whose D gets it done? Can this make or break Tomlin's time in Pittsburgh?
This is probably, for me personally, the toughest game to call because I really like the Texans defense. I really like CJ Stroud, but the Pittsburgh Steelers just seem like that story this year. That team that catches fire out of nowhere and makes them run. I don't know why. I just got that feeling about the Steelers, man. I know Aaron Rodgers is not what he used to be. I know that defense can get got in Pittsburgh, but man, I don't know because Houston's offense can get stagnant. You know, they can't get stagnated, man. But that defense is awesome. So I'm having a really tough time picking this game. I'm a man. I can't. Rodgers might be a sitting duck, man. I can't go against the Texans. I'm gonna take the Texans, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh found a way to win, man. They got some
You said,
savvy veterans.
you said he might be a sitting duck, man. It's crazy because I'm a Bengals fan and I'm sticking with the North in this one. A little biased too because I got a guy from Florida State, Jalen Ramsey. He's made a big difference in that secondary over at Pittsburgh. So I just like the way, even though that defense in Houston is something special. We know what they do. They can bring pressure, bring heat. They hit you. They intercept it. They do everything. But I think I'm gonna take Pittsburgh at home. Like you said, being one of those teams and how they fought through so much, not just adversity, but when you talk about a Hall of Fame coach and Mike Tomlin being questioned about having a job the next season, all he's done is win. And I think that's what Pittsburgh gonna do this weekend to keep hope alive and keep the naysayers talking about Tomlin and his tenure at Pittsburgh because I think he stays whether Pittsburgh win or lose. But I got him winning this weekend at home.
Yeah, I think Tomlin's safe even after the loss. Um, Houston's defense is just going to harass Rodgers. I just the only thing I don't like about this is what I don't like about the seeding. This game should be in Houston. Houston is by far the better record, but they didn't win their division, so they got to go on the road. Luckily, I looked up the weather. Not supposed to be snowy or rainy or anything in Pittsburgh. It's supposed to be cold, so that's a plus. By the way, the weather in Foxborough shows like sleet and stuff in the morning and early afternoon and then gone by the time the game starts. So could be cold up there for them Chargers. But I'm going Houston. Houston is this is the sport that I really do have two teams I root for. One is the Bengals are my first team, but Houston is my second team. mainly because that's where I'm from. So I like the Texans a lot. I like what D'Amico's done with that defense. That defense is nasty. He just went out and got headhunters and put them all over that field. They take the ball away from you. I think the Texans win this. I expect it to be a good game, but I think the Texans win by 7 to 10 points. This is a game I could actually see like 17 to 10 type score. Pretty much first 1 to 20. If anybody gets to 20, probably first 1 to 20 wins the game. It's just the way I see it with the defenses out there.
Yeah, I definitely believe that the Texans defense is the one that gets it done in this game. They have a really, really, really good defense that can get after the quarterback. Old man Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be looking up at the clouds because he's going to be on his back quite a bit. Also, I just think it just comes a time when you just have to say to yourself, Coach, you did a fantastic job here for as long as you've done it, but at some point, history just catches up with you, and you just have to make a move. And I think it's time for them to go ahead and make a move and move on away from Mike Tomlin. Probably because I would like to see my Tennessee Titans pick him up. But I think the Steelers got to move on from Tomlin. Even though he's been the winning, he's never had a losing season ever at his time at Pittsburgh, which it seems like he's been there since Franco Harris, rest in peace, has been there. So I think that they got to part ways with him, man. It's just time. Time to get some new blood in there, some new ideas, somebody who's going to bring something fresh into the building. And the Pittsburgh Steelers is a job that I'm quite sure there's plenty of coaches that want to go and play for that organization because that is one of the best organizations in all of professional sports. I guarantee somebody's going to want to go there.
My bad. I just wanted to say, as regards to your Titans, John Harbaugh is out there now, right?
Yeah.
We don't want John Harbaugh. We don't want a Harbaugh nothing.
Would you take Morris?
Raheem Morris as a defensive coordinator, yes, but not as a head coach, no.
You wouldn't want John Harbaugh to build that Tennessee Titan team?
I want my Tennessee Titans to stay as far away from the Harbaughs as possible.
They gonna hire the Harbaugh since you said that.
As far away from them as possible.
Tennessee hire one of the Harbaughs.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Yeah. That name just carries a negative vibe, and it might not be nothing that he's ever done to attain that, but his brother just, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I could do without them. Let's talk a little bit about.
I'm telling you, Sark, go get him.
Nah, I want Sark to stay where he at.
Nah, Sark ain't staying there.
Y'all wanted to leave. Y'all wanted to leave so y'all can have a chance.
Don't give a shit. Sark's going to the Raiders, and then Manning's going to follow him as the number one pick in the draft. Watch.
Listen, he would make a mistake by going to the Raiders. The Raiders
is an organization, but then he can take Arch with him.
You don't want to play for. They're not the Raiders of old. Their organization is in turmoil. Yeah, it's in turmoil. Let's turn our attentions to the transfer portal. The transfer portal has been open for 5 days. Why haven't we seen more of the top players in the portal choose a team yet?
Because the money ain't right.
I need them dollars, baby. Show me the money.
That's it. They gotta figure it out. I mean, Cam Coleman went to Texas, who lied and said he was going to be there for 2 days. He was there for 1. Then he came to A&M for 2, by the way. Now he's back home in Bama, and supposedly he's going to go visit Bama. which I don't like that. He's canceled. Our USC has apparently dropped out of it, and Texas Tech is still in it. I don't see him going to Texas Tech. I mean, he could. I don't know, but he may want to ask Micah Hudson how it is out there playing wide receiver at Texas Tech. So, yeah, who I'm glad left from A&M after he transferred from the Tech to A&M and then back to Tech in the same year. So, bye. That's what it is. They're trying to leverage. Plus, they got to talk to their agents and stuff and be like, look, Texas offered me $3 million, A&M offered me $3.1 million. Is $100,000 more than worth it? So there's so many things. These kids are dealing with money that's life altering for them, and I think, believe it or not, some of them want to make the best decision for not only their financial but their playing future. So we'll see. I know he said Cam Coleman's going to Lubbock, I guess, tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't heard that. I just heard him. He's in Bama today.
Can I say one thing real quick while we talking about Cam Coleman? No disrespect to the young talent. I'm looking at this Indiana and this portal. They get Hoover. They get Nick Marsh.
Okay.
We talking about Coleman. I like this Nick Marsh kid. I think he's the guy to have when it comes to the wide receivers. Even a kid, Omarion, I forget his last name. He went over to Arizona State. Omarion Miller, I believe. So I think, with all due respect, Cam Coleman is a talent. But when you're doing this, for me, I don't know. I'm liking what Indiana's doing. Signetti's doing something crazy in this portal right now. I'm just getting 2 big names right off the bat. So, it's a lot going on, but that's just something that really jumped out to me, seeing Nick Marsh and Hoover. We know what they bring to the table, go to the same school in the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah, those are some big moves. As far as Rob's question, though, I mean, folks are just doing their due diligence. It's upward, but I believe it's like 4,000 or 5,000 players in the portal this year, if I'm not mistaken. That's a
4,500.
number.
Over 4,500. Yeah.
Man, that is crazy. So these folks are doing their due diligence. We gotta remember it's only one portal this year. There isn't a spring portal. So people are just doing their due diligence. Kids are trying to get in the best situation they can financially and as far as playing time. So I think, as the week goes on, more and more information will trickle in, and we'll get answers as to where players are going. Fan bases got to chill. Over 4,500 players, let them do their job. So the news will trickle in as the week goes on.
Then, like you said, I think it's just a new. You got to get used to everything. You don't know which coaches is going where. It's been a coaching carousel as we see. So, like family, it's a lot of things that people have to put in place before they make a choice. And some of these decisions are life-changing decisions, as we've seen over in just this short time. Life-changing decisions. So, with that being said, I think it's just going to be more of that we see with them not choosing the team just yet, but I think that's a lot of the reason.
Well, the top players, they understand that they are the ones that people are vying for the most, so they can take their time and they can go ahead and fill this thing out and try to see if they can run this money up as high as they could possibly get it. But once those top players, once those dominoes drop, then you're gonna start to really see some of the other dominoes drop. Now it ain't gonna be 4,500 players though. All 4,500 of them, you're not about to find no new home. So you better figure out something quick, because you might not find a spot to land. But as far as those top-notch players, they just filling this thing out like everyone said, and eventually they're gonna make them a choice, and hopefully they make a really good choice. Because if I'm Cam Coleman, you got to think about it like this: do I want to catch passes from Arch Manning, Marcel Reed, Ty Simpson or Sorsby if he goes to Tech. And if I had to pick one, I'm picking that kid named Arch Mack.
Well, of course you are. Why wouldn't you? That's your school. You know what? You can have Coleman. I'm not even sure I want him. I want this kid I want the kid who entered the portal 55 minutes ago.
Who that?
Happens to be a guy with the name of Quincy Porter.
Yeah, I know.
From the Ohio State University. 5-star freshman, 4 years of eligibility left. Go give me that kid. He's 6'4". Go give me him.
Yeah, he got recruited over. Yeah. They say he's going to be nice, too.
Well, I mean, he was recruited to Ohio State. They have a pretty good history of turning out wide receivers. So, take Coleman. I don't care. You can go to Texas Tech. He can go out there and play with the cows and the tumbleweeds. I don't care. Give me this kid here. There's so many. We got the other Auburn receiver coming in tomorrow. He's coming into A&M tomorrow. I forgot his name now. Simmons, I think. So we got too much going on at A&M with this portal. We already signed 9 players. We're just going ballistic. We'll go through your questions because I see you got other portal news. I'll throw some other stuff out there that's popped off. We hit the next question for you, though. We go in order.
Cool. Is 48 hours too long of a time period to allow a team to wait before filing a player's portal paperwork?
I think it depends. And I think it depends on who's the player and is the staff or the university that he's currently at trying to make an offer to get him to stay, and do they need time to put something together? But I don't think that should take 48 hours. I think within 24 hours of a kid saying it, you should say, look, we want you to stay. Here's what we can offer. And if he's like, nah, I'm going to go, I need to find better playing time, then put his name in, let him go.
I think that's too long. I mean, I understand a day and a half maybe, but I think 24 hours, because it's just too much. Give it a day, because it's just going to have the constant motion of what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, my answer to that is I don't know, because I really don't know what the process is and what goes into that type of thing. So I'm not sure. You would think they can speed up the process, but I don't really know the process to give a definitive answer on it.
Yeah, I think it should be cut down to 24 hours. 48 hours is a little bit much. And if this is a player that you want on your roster to continue to be there, it's one thing to be in the negotiations with a guy and you ain't quite agreed on a figure yet, and then he decide he want to get in the portal, but y'all still having negotiations. I can see that lasting 48 hours. But if this is a guy who you've already come to terms with and y'all don't think y'all going to reach an agreement, it shouldn't take you 48 hours to file that young man's paperwork. It should be in there within 24 hours, man. So I would like to see that get sped up to the end, because you should already know what players are planning on hitting the portal. So I would like to see a 24-hour window as opposed to a 48-hour window. Oh, he's saying Texas Tech play Houston. That should be a good game. That should be a really good basketball game right there. Let's talk about Sorsby. Is Sorsby worth $5 million?
From Cincinnati?
Nope.
No disrespect. I like his game. He's a good player. I mean, we've seen Cincinnati season make a total turnaround in the game's his absence. But $5 million. $5 million. That's Beck money. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. I wouldn't pay him $5 million.
If you're asking me, no, but maybe to somebody he is. But I wouldn't think he was a $5 million quarterback. He's a good player, but I don't know if he's $5 million good.
5 million for Sorsby tells me you don't have any other quarterbacks on the roster you trust, and you needed a name. That's what it tells me. Miami Beck is getting 6 million. That's fine. Sorsby passed for 2,800 yards in the Big 12. Come on, man, get out of here. You can talk all you want. Marcel Reed threw for 3,200 in the SEC. So I mean, come on, don't give me the that stuff. And Beck also had been out of Georgia too and had played in a lot of meaningful games. Sorsby hasn't.
That's what I'm saying. You pay Beck $5 million, so you just gonna pay Sorsby $5 million. He's not worth $5 million. That's all I'm saying.
That's my point. That
crazy.
tells me, like I said with my first statement, that tells me you don't have another quarterback on the roster for next year that you feel comfortable with.
Those are some really good points, fellas. But could they have went out? Why did they go after Sorsby though? All the quarterbacks that are in the portal.
Well, if you, our buddy over here, Old Tech Man, he's been saying it for a while. He saw Sorsby going there because his girlfriend is going to play volleyball there.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's going to play a lot into it. So they probably could have got him for a cheaper discount with his girlfriend going there, but, you know.
I don't want to be disrespectful and say the wrong thing, but it's not no Kelsey Swifty type thing, is it, man?
No, it's not even a Paul Skeens, Libby Dunn type thing. I mean, it's just a dude and his girlfriend. And she happens to be a volleyball player going there, and he's a quarterback, and he was available. So,
I just
I
hope
guess
that
Texas Tech is better at volleyball than Cincinnati is. I don't know.
I just hope that they could just be like they could let them be students and be athletes and not interfere with all that. Because like some people will take what I said and misconstrue it, but what I'm saying is don't put them in the spotlight. Let them be students. Let them be athletes.
I don't think you'll see that.
That's all.
I don't think you'll see
you know
that.
how it go.
You know, but I mean, like I said, I don't know. I guess Texas Tech's better at volleyball. I do know who's better at volleyball than all of them.
Hey, you got bragging rights. You got bragging rights.
I watched that women's. I watched the women's tournament as well. That women's championship. It was a special matchup. Watching. I seen the Texas and Kentucky matchup.
Texas
I didn't
A&M.
see anything. Texas A&M. Okay, that was Texas A&M in Texas.
No, Texas A&M and Kentucky played in the final.
Oh, see, I seen the semifinal there. I didn't see the final because I didn't watch the next day. I seen the Texas and Kentucky matchup.
Texas didn't play Kentucky. Texas lost to Wisconsin in the quarterfinals.
They played in the regular season, though, Mossberg. They played in the regular season.
Yeah, they played in the regular season.
Yeah.
I was watching something the other night, late night. I don't know if it was what it was, but it was that women's volleyball because I seen Spears there. He is supporting his daughter, so
yeah, she played for Texas.
Yeah, it was probably a replay of a game. So yeah, they do that a lot.
Well, this time next year, if Sorsby has Texas Tech in the semifinals, then yeah, he's worth that $5 million. Like Beck was worth that $6 million. Because they're in the semifinals on their way to possibly playing for a national championship. I think they had to get a quarterback out of the quarterbacks that was out there, and I think they went after the one who was possibly the easiest one for them to get, a guy who wasn't necessarily going to try to take a whole lot of trips all across the country to try to find a home. He found a home on a Texas Tech team that is really talented, that's going to continue to be really, really talented. In a conference that he's already familiar with, he already know the landscape of the Big 12. I think that was a good move for him. He probably didn't want to go somewhere else where he was going to have to have to have a whole lot of competition too. So, I mean, hats off to him and getting that bread. Hopefully, he has a ball out season. Is there any other portal news y'all would like to touch on before we get to these last two preview games? Because we want to try to wrap up by an hour and 30 minutes, so we're about 20 minutes away.
Real quick news. A&M lost Chase Basantis to the NFL draft. Our starting left guard and Torian York declared for the draft today too, the linebacker.
Wow, some big losses.
Yeah, but I mean, we've like I said, we've added quite a bit in the portal already. We've added a couple of edge rushers, linebacker, a couple D linemen, couple O linemen, safety. The kid from Colorado, Tafreek, his brother or something plays in the NFL as a safety. I forget his last name now.
I've seen that too.
A couple of other, we're hitting the positions we need, and there's still some big names out there that we're chasing after. I fully expect tomorrow A&M gets their running back commit. I believe they're going to get the kid out of Washington, Muhammad. I believe he's going to come in. He's going to kind of be that Le'Veon Moss back that we need. So kind of it with the portal today. It's kind of a slower day today, but you get everybody takes their visits on that first weekend that it opens, and then and then you'll see more visits start ramping up as the week moves on. I know we got the running back from Washington and the running back from Baylor coming in tomorrow, along with some other players.
Only thing that I find interesting is the linebacker from Pitt. I believe he's not going to Ohio State. Have y'all heard of the landing spot?
I haven't. I keep looking for it. I keep hoping he'll pop up on the visit list for A&M, but I'm shocked he's not at Ohio State already. I could see him going to Penn State, though, with Campbell. I could see that. And it seems like Kansas State has taken all of A&M's leftovers with Colin Klein. Mm-hmm. They took that Isaiah Williams wide receiver. They took, I believe that tight end we had, number 17, the kid from Sweden, called him Thor. I think he's going to wind up at K-State with Colin, too. So. But yeah, that's about all I've got on the portal today. We'll shape up and see what comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, well, Texas got their work cut out for them. They got some things to do, but they're being patient. So hopefully, they'll be able to make some things happen. They were able to sign Trevor Goolsby, the left tackle, but there's still a chance that he might declare for the NFL draft. But they did get him signed. They're trying to work out some things with Ryan Wingo to get him signed. They're really close, but they haven't quite got that on the dotted line yet. So hopefully they can go ahead and get these two guys out of Michigan. But I think those two offensive linemen are going to end up staying at Michigan. The linebacker out of Wisconsin, they might end up sealing the deal on him eventually. Woods out of Florida, the defensive end, I don't think he's going to budge. I think Florida's going to end up re-signing him too. So Texas got their work cut out for them. The guys who they are high on initially, they're probably going to have to go to some second options here, but I'm quite sure they already got some guys that they're ready to go after if they don't get the guys that they are hoping to get. So that's all I got about Texas so far.
We also have, just to throw this out, two quick things. We have a cornerback from Michigan coming down this week, and we also, I don't know about Woods out of Florida right now because my understanding is he's coming to A&M Friday. Mm-hmm. Now, speculation, you know how this stuff is. He could re-sign with Florida tonight. Who knows? But just kind of what I've heard. Next thing is, this is something I really wanted to ask you. This is just straight for you. First, you want to turn around and let me pull the knife out of your back?
I already feel it.
I bet you do, from Parker going to OU.
He that's where he was originally going to go play football at originally. So
Yeah.
we just happened to turn the tables on him.
Right.
I really hate what happened to Parker Livingston. I
Yeah.
really do. But they offered him a six-figure
But
deal, a mid six-figure deal.
well, now that's what Texas says.
Yeah, that's what Texas says. Yeah,
That's not what he says. He didn't say
that's
they
not what
didn't.
Parker said. You're right.
So that's my point. I wanted to get your take on real quick. Do you think him coming out and saying some choices are out of your control, making it seem like Texas forced him out, has hurt Texas in the transfer portal? Do you think it's made kids think, wait a minute, they may not want to, they may push me out after 1 year? Do you think that's having an effect on some of this? Because a lot of y'all's targets that were supposed to come visit have turned around and went back to their original schools.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think right now, every player, every agent understands that this is a business now, and so I don't, I don't think so. But I will say this: him saying what he said definitely put it made me think about Texas a little bit differently until I heard some other reports. Because I was like, man, don't do that to Parker Livingston. But then once I read some other reports that they offered him a six-figure deal, a mid six-figure deal. I mean, I don't know, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's always three sides to the story.
And ain't none of them fully right.
Parker, and then the truth. So
right.
Yeah. But best of luck to him. I hope that he shows out when they play each other, man.
Just a quick thing on the quarterback from USF going to Auburn. I think Auburn would just be a team to watch. Just really will be a team to watch. I think they're revamping and reloading. I know what they had young. So, I'm going to keep my eye on Auburn like I did Carolina in the NFL. I'm going to watch Auburn throughout.
Auburn's going to take a couple years to rebuild that roster. They're losing quite a bit. Both receivers. I think they're losing a D end. I think Missouri's stud D end went into the portal today too. I mean, it's Auburn's going to take a while to rebuild. In the SEC, they're going to take a while to get the guys that who needs to compete.
Yeah, it's going to take a little while for them. Let's talk about this first college football playoff semifinal game. Number 10 Miami versus number 6 Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl on Thursday at 7:30. Where does each team have an advantage, and what are some of your keys, and who wins it, and what's your score prediction?
Tough game.
Miami, yeah, for sure. Go ahead, you got it, Post.
Man, listen. We all know that Miami has a heck of a pass rush, heck of a D line. They're a physical, brutal defense. They proved that throughout the season. They proved that with the win against Ohio State. I think the key to this game, because we know they're going to get pressure on Chambliss, but can they get him down? Can they actually hit him? Because he has escapability and he's able to make plays on the run or plays with his legs. So to me, the key for Mississippi is if he can negate that pass rush with his mobility and find receivers down the field. Now, for Miami, I think Miami is doing a good job of kind of how can I put it? They're kind of controlling Beck so he doesn't lose the game for him. You don't have to be as aggressive with Beck with that running game and that defense that they have with Miami. So I think they're doing a good job with that. So if they're able to keep him under control like they've been doing, and him not losing the game for them, I think Miami is in good shape to win this game. I really like Mississippi. I don't like the chatter about the coaches leaving for LSU that we've been hearing. And I just think Miami has the edge in this game. I want to pick Mississippi bad, trust me, because I love what I see from Chambliss, but I'm gonna give the edge to Miami, man. As long as Carson Beck doesn't turn back into that pumpkin, I think Miami will get the victory.
I think you're looking at, oh, man, this is crazy, man. Crazy matchup. Probably one of the best games. I think both of these games are great, but I think this is a game to watch. So many different battles. Advantage Miami's pass rush. I think Ole Miss advantage is at the quarterback position, like you said, the escape ability to keep plays going. Um, I think those are two big factors on both sides of the ball. The keys is what can Miami's run offense do against Chambers and his ability to escape the pocket and continue to make plays, keep plays going. That's my thing. For the keys, especially we know what the pass rush do, like you said post game. I'm ACC. KT, I know you watching, you Justin, a few others, man. Shout out to your Hurricanes because they've been coming through and they spinning. And I think they get a big win right here. The Crystal Ball continues to win another. If we look at it, it's in a way of historically for this coach as well. He's winning big games, taking a Miami team nobody thought should be in. They've beat the Ohio State team. They've not just beat the Ohio State team, they, beat the A&M team. So this Miami team is a team to really look at. People can say what they want. They could possibly bring the ACC in a prominent position at the end of the season. I got Miami winning in a close banger. 27-24 Miami.
Man, I would like to see the SEC get to the championship game, but it's not gonna happen, man. I'm taking Miami. I think that the fact that Miami has those two bookends, and then they can send some pressure from the corner or safety to sort of keep Chambliss contained. Georgia was blitzing with a corner without having any pass rush from their ends, and he was able to escape that stuff. I think that Miami has had a chance to look at that film, and they're probably going to send another guy from the second level to be able to keep him contained so that he can't spin out and go the other direction. So I think Miami's going to have a game plan for his legs in terms of him being able to escape and throw down the field. So I'm going with them in this game. I think the advantage for Miami is the fact that they're going to be a little bit more physical, like they have been in both games so far, than Ole Miss. The physicality that they're going to bring, I don't think Ole Miss is going to be able to do that for 4 quarters. So I'm going to go with Miami when it comes to the physicality as one of their advantages. And I think that they understand that we don't have to put to win games, we don't have to put it all on Carson Beck's shoulders. It's all on Chambliss' shoulders, though. Even though Lacey is a really nice running back, they're going to really need Chambliss to make plays for that. So I think that's another advantage and another key in this game. I'm going with Miami to win it 24-20.
All right, I figured I'd go last on this since I've got one of the conference's titles in my name. I've ever since Miami beat A&M, I have to say their defense is nasty. What they did to Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State looked decent to start the third quarter. But, I mean, when you're Ohio State, you've got playmakers. You're going to make some plays. It's just a matter of how many. and they just couldn't make enough. And most of that credit is to the Miami defense for forcing that. Chambliss is phenomenal. Crazy. Championship pedigree from, yes, Division II. I've said it before. I don't care. I don't care if you win a national. What was the kid's name? I forgot his name, from Auburn. Quarterback.
Cam Newton?
Yeah. Good Lord. I had Cam. I was going to call him Cam Coleman. I got him stuck on my brain, I guess. Cam Newton went to Blinn Junior College. Won a title. Went to Auburn. Won a title. Championship pedigree does not matter what level you're on. It's championship pedigree. Knowing how to win the games in pressure-packed situations. He knows how to do that. I'm an SEC guy. I'd love to see the SEC win this. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Miami's defense is too physical. Chambliss can run around all he wants. The problem is this defense can track him, and they play sound gap integrity defense. They don't overextend. The book ends Bain and Hakeem Mesidor. They don't go up the field and loop back. They come and then they come across. They're going to force him to either come up in the pocket, where then you've got the big boys up front coming down the middle, but they don't get pushed wide, and they don't over pursue the quarterback. I saw it against Marcel Reed. I saw it. They tracked him down from behind numerous times, and they had him so scrambled in the pocket that the pocket would just eventually collapse on him. That's not even sending blitzes. That's 4-man coming at you, which means you're playing coverage with 7. It's pretty hard to find openings against the 7-man defense when you only have a few seconds before you're getting crushed. And all it takes is a couple of hits and then feet start dancing. I like what Ole Miss is doing. It's a good story. I think it ends here in the semifinals. And I'm not even going to say it's not. Y'all all have it close. I don't have it close at all. I don't see this being close at all. Ole Miss will be lucky to score 14. This is probably going to get ugly fast because Miami's just going to start leaning on them with the run game in the second half. And then they're going to start pressing, and I think it's going to lead to a couple of turnovers. I've got Miami. I'll go Miami 35-14.
Beat down.
Yeah, I just don't see this being close.
I get it. And I can also see the game going that way. But y'all gotta remember, if we go back some streams, post game said that between Miami and Texas A&M, one of those teams could make a run, and end up being Miami. I mean, I all of us said it. That defense is just ferocious, man. And although I like Mississippi, I like their quarterback. I love Charlie Weiss Jr. I think he's really good at calling offense. Watched him grow up at Notre Dame on the sidelines on Saturdays with his dad being the coach there. So, I mean, but Miami is just playing too good right now.
Also, real quick, I'm almost tempted to switch over to Ole Miss, but I'm gonna go Miami. They got that Michael Irvin. I think with him being on that sideline, man, he's effective. They have that alumni. This Miami team, I think it's a destined team as well. Nothing against Ole Miss. If they win, just remember the stuff we said about them too. It could be possible for them, and it could be a Big Ten SEC showdown again. But ACC has been talked about. I'm staying with my conference and picking the Canes.
I ain't saying nothing bad about Michael Irvin, but I'm going to say he sure does seem to have a lot of energy.
Hey.
Need that.
He's got to be drinking Monster Energies or something.
Man, he got a lot of energy, man.
Hey, man, listen, he makes my head hurt. What's your thoughts on number 5 Oregon versus number 1 Indiana on Friday at 7:30. How does each team improve on their regular season matchup, and who has the advantage defensively versus offensively, and who wins, and what's your score prediction?
I'll jump first on this one since I don't really have a dog in this fight at all. Who has the advantage in a second matchup, the offense or the defense? I say the defense because the defense has already seen what the offense wants to do and they have time to correct against it. Yeah, you can make changes to your offense, but most major colleges don't do a lot different with their offense later because it can throw things off, timing off and stuff. It's extremely hard to beat a good team twice. We saw that last week. Ole Miss, Georgia was a prime example. I even went to bed because I figured Georgia was up 14 or whatever. I thought, oh, this is over. And I looked at the score and went, whoa, okay, what did I win? So I had to go rewatch the game. So that's my thing is I think the defense has the advantage in a rematch. I think Oregon needs to realize that Indiana's good. I'm wondering if in the first matchup they didn't think, oh, that's Indiana. They're okay. Yeah, they were in the playoffs, blah, 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 and kind of take them a little lightly. I think Oregon's playing a lot better football right now than they were back then, too. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm probably going to call the upset here and say Oregon gets them really, really close. 27-24, somewhere in that range, 3 to 4 point game. But I'm going to go with Oregon over Indiana.
I'm with you. How does each team improve their defense? Well, improve on the regular season matchup, my bad. Oregon just have to win. Indiana just have to win again. It's that simple. I think the defense has the, advantage in this one. Like you said, SEC Sean, knowing what you had to do defensively with maybe throwing a few wrinkles in there to make them think something outside of what you actually doing. This is a tough one too. You're talking about two teams that's both elevated, two coaches. And I'm going to say this. Could it be the changing of Kirby being that top coach to now one of these guys being that top coach in college football, along with what we see in both of these programs doing coming into the 2026 season? I'm going with Oregon. I know Sig has got these Indiana Hoosiers rolling. I think this reminds me of how Oregon beat Ohio State, and Ohio State came and thumped them in that playoff matchup. This is the same thing I think can happen. And I think Oregon is not forgotten about it. I think they're trying to put something on Signetti and these Hoosiers. So I got Oregon by 10 plus points.
Really, for me, this is a tough game to call. If you would have asked me last week, I would have said Indiana is going to win this game. But the closer and closer we get to this game, I'm starting to like Oregon a little more. Um, for the simple fact that it's tough to beat a team twice, a good team twice. Uh, Both you guys made some really good points about Oregon. But the key for me in this game is going to be Oregon's offensive line, man. Can they stand on business? Can they create opportunities for that rushing attack? That's going to be key for me. I know it might seem or sound cliche, but I really believe Oregon's offensive line is going to be the key to this game. I don't if Oregon gets to the point where Dante Moore is pressing, trying to make plays downfield, they cook. Because I've been hearing a lot about that Indiana zone defense and how it's been confusing a lot of quarterbacks this season. Uh, I feel like Oregon has gotten better, but Indiana has gotten better also, in my opinion. Uh, I just think that, um, like the guy said, it's tough to beat a great team twice. So I just feel like Oregon somehow, some way, is gonna find a way to win this game. And like I said, if you would have asked me a few days ago, I would have said Indiana easy. They so well coached and disciplined, man. It's extremely hard for me to pick against IU. But I just think that Oregon's gonna find a way to get the job done. I think they're gonna stun Indiana.
Yeah, how does each team improve on their regular season matchup? It's going to have to come down to Dante Moore making sure that he doesn't make those mistakes like he made in that first game. And if he can do that, and that offensive line, like you said, post game, can hold up and find some running lanes for the running backs in the run game, they could take advantage of some things against Indiana. The thing with Indiana is they just got to continue to be disciplined, continue to be fundamentally sound, continue to do the things that they've always done all season. They got to make sure that they are in position to make plays and tackle in space. Because Oregon is going to try to take advantage of their athleticism when it comes to getting their skilled players in position in matchups one on one with some of the Indiana players. Indiana is an older team, which means they have a lot of experience. They know what they're doing. They're not going to make a bunch of mistakes. What Oregon is going to have to do is force them into missing some tackles, which they're a really, really good tackling team. Who has the advantage defense versus O? I believe that Indiana's defense is better than Oregon's defense, but I think that Oregon's offense is better than Indiana's offense. So it's going to go both ways, you know. So it's going to be a pretty even push. And I know that Indiana's offense is really good. It is. It's a really fundamentally sound offense there. They're not going to make a bunch of mistakes. Their offensive linemen are going to false start. They're not going to miss blocks. Oregon, the way they played defense last week against Texas Tech, is going to have to play that and then some. But I feel like they can get the job done. I'm going to pick Oregon in this game to win a very, very close one that may come down to either making the final score, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown, or keeping Indiana from scoring on their final drive. But I'm taking Oregon to win this one in a close one, 3 points or less. Anything y'all want to add about anything that we discussed, or we can go ahead and get ready to wrap it up?
I'm going to tell you, Michigan survived tonight in basketball, 74-72 over Penn State.
So that's conference play for you.
Yeah. Texas is losing right now 11-7 to Tennessee. And my Aggies are beating Auburn.
A big one at Duke and Louisville.
Duke came back and won. Louisville was leading most of the game. Duke came back and beat them.
Okay.
Hell, I was watching part of the South Carolina game with LSU, and South Carolina was up 50-25 at the half, and then they won by 10.
How about that Houston Tech game? What's going on?
It was 8-6 Tech. Just started.
8-6?
8.
Oh.
No. If it's 80-6, we jumping off here, and I'm gonna tune into something. There's all kinds of records broken.
Definitely.
It was 8-6. Let's see if I can get it real quick. Good Lord, my Dallas Stars are terrible. God. Man, ESPN would work. This would be a lot better.
While he's doing that, what's y'all's thoughts on Thursday doing the stream? Yay or nay? Because the game comes on at 7:30, and we normally go at 7:45.
I'd probably.
Any way we can go a little earlier?
Y'all can. I know I can. I probably won't get home until no earlier than 7:15. But y'all
Chop
can.
it up. We could.
We
could.
really talked about all the games, including the playoffs. I mean, we could. I mean,
If you
want to jump
Thursday,
early,
let's
post.
do it.
If you want to jump on early, I don't know what we're going to do. We can talk about all kinds of stuff, but we can just kind of do a free for all on Thursday, talking about whatever we want, more portal news maybe from everybody's team.
We can kick off some college basketball talk Thursday.
I can throw basketball talk, preview some of the big games coming up for the weekend. You know, I can throw the stream at 7 if that's good enough, or even 6:30 if that works for you.
We're gonna have to go. Yeah, we had to go earlier. We'll get in the chat and talk about that. We'll go earlier because of the game at 7:30.
Yeah,
I know I'm gonna be watching the games.
I mean, if y'all want to run it at 6:30, we run it at 6:30. Give us an hour, kind of just chop it up with some stuff.
So, yeah, sounds good to me.
Let me know. We'll go from there. It's 12 to 11 Texas, 10 to 6 Texas Tech, and somebody's losing. Hold on. Iowa's getting beat pretty bad by Minnesota. Let's see. Florida beat the hell out of Georgia. Let me get an update on my Aggies real quick. 20 to 18 A&M. So that's where we sat.
Well, if anything, tomorrow I'll be having a conversation with Miss Melissa Graham. We'll be talking Notre Dame football, as well as just giving a little season review of that, as well as talking Duke basketball and NIL talks. Melissa came on earlier this week, last week with Mr. WTP for Life, and they did the season interview with post game on Notre Dame, and it was one to see. So make sure you go back and watch that. Once I seen it, I was enticed to double back and get a part 2. Me and post game is going back and forth trying to schedule a part 2 of that season review as well, to dive deep into some of the talk that we've been seeing and some of the feedback as well on that video we dropped. And like I said, man, just make sure you always locked in and staying in tune with us. Shout out to all the people I've been able to meet. I met a guy yesterday at the University of Cincinnati. It was a pleasure to meet you. I can't wait till we actually talk and hopefully to get some things done soon. Outside of that, man, conversations with Mossberg will be definitely more in depth this year. I'll be opening up into my own story, my own personal story, from growing up a humble kid in the city, man. I call myself a city kid, and I'll be able to let you guys let the world into my life and some of my upbringing and some of those things as well. We're in the works of that, man, post game talking and working on that. So definitely just stay locked in with us. Like I said, the conversations are going to get more in depth this year, trying to take it to another level. Might be a couple tears shed through the streams, but it's nothing if it's not authentic, man. That's what we bring it to you, and I can't wait till we dive into it, especially my story. But make sure you stay tuned in to all the channels. Parlay Pro, if you see it's a Blitbirds podcast, post game 86, WTP for Life, City League TV. We got One Take Zay, and we're going to get that in there for y'all. Make sure you go check out that page as well as City League TV, SEC Sean as well. And we're going to have the great Griffey Griff as he gets his schedule going, and we're going to have him on here as well, man. But outside of that, man, we always love what we're doing and bringing it to you. Live, uncut, straight raw, straight authentic. This is what we love to do, man.
Quick reminder, anybody that watches this, if you're interested in getting free stuff, go watch my NASCAR to set up your fan reward stuff. Question was out there today, gave the answer to that question in that chat and in that podcast, and that video, whatever you want to call it. Tomorrow there'll be a Powerball where they give away more free points, and then Thursday another question. I'm going to be posting the answers to the question in a post on my YouTube page. So if you subscribe, go look at my post. You'll get the answer every Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know what time I'm going to post them. Probably around noonish Eastern time. I'll post them. And then Wednesdays, there'll be that. And then as we get closer, I'll do another pod and we'll go through some more. But if you've got the app and if you want free stuff, I'm walking you through how to get it.
All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's evening, man. We'll see y'all again tomorrow with my man Mossberg with his conversation with Melissa Graham. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll check y'all on the rebound.
Yep, y'all be good.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Great evening.